Just trying to press the record.
Recording in progress.
Hi. So, hi. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us to our last edition for 2022, the One Life Changing Opportunity Call. Now, for many, you have been following us, you have been in us for the last 12 months. We've been doing this for nearly 2 years right now. And for many, you may be watching whatever platform that you are watching from, or you are actually in the Zoom today. This might be your first time. If this is your first time, I want to first of all welcome you. So please pop into the chat that who's invited you and this is your first time. If you've never ever been to a 1000 Life Changing Opportunity Call, just want to welcome you around the globe, wherever you are joining us from. Before I start, let me just quickly introduce myself for those that don't know who I am. My name is Olivia Rifai, and I will be your host for this evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So welcome, 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 welcome to you all. Let's see who has joined. Let me see who's. Hey, first time. Hi, Ellie. Thank you for jumping on. Good to see you. Right. Okay. Now, let me just quickly scan through to make sure that my neck. Oh, she is here. Brilliant. Fantastic. I'm going to make her co-host as well. Right. So let's just get started. I'm really super excited because this is the last edition for 2022 of our 1000 Life Changing Events. And this is a special edition because we have got two amazing special guests with us. But before I introduce to you our special guests, very special guests, I don't know what to call them, let me just introduce to you our resident speakers that have been with us for so long, since 2 years now, running 2 years. The first person that I want to really introduce, many of you may know him, but many of you may not know him. And you will understand why we love him so much and why you should really be a part of this amazing opportunity that we have for you today. This is no other than one of the directors of the Juice Plus company, Mr. Ernesto Hartog. Please say hello.
I say hello. Good to see everyone. It's always a pleasure being in this one. And you're right. It's 2 years that we've been doing this, and 2 years of having you as one of the best hosts that I know in my 29 years with the company. It's always a big pleasure being here. Great stories to be shared, top tips, inspiration. Every time I'm in this call, I'll take something with me from a call like this, right? So it's a great opportunity for new people. It's great for people to re-energize themselves and get some motivation and inspiration from other speakers. So let's change lives, Olivia.
Yes, absolutely. That's what we're all about, changing lives, and it starts one life at a time. Thank you so much, Ernesto. Our next resident speaker, again, probably doesn't need an introduction. She's been with us right from the beginning. This is when these two people were from the embryo stages of this amazing event that we have had for nearly 2 years, and that is our very own Constance Hennessy. Please say hello, Constance.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Month. You know what? We are doing this on the 1st of December, the last month of the year. This time of love. This is the time of celebration. This is the time of success. This is the time to give somebody's life a meaning. And therefore, please click on the share button. Make sure you send this Zoom link right now to somebody that is special, somebody that you feel that they can benefit from what we do, somebody you can give this a Christmas gift to change their life. I am so honored to be here today. Thank you, Ernesto, for always being there. You know, Lika just reminded us 2 years of we coming together
Thank you so much, Constance. And let me just remind you, this edition, the final edition of 2022, you really do not want to miss it. You really want to get those people that want to hear, because I'm telling you, you know, when they say saving the best to last, we have got two amazing speakers. And I will tell you why. So I'm telling you, and then we have got some other things that you really don't want to miss. Some really important announcements that we have got. So please, if you do not have a guest, you need to invite them on here. You don't want them to miss out on but more importantly, you don't want to let them miss out on the great inspirations and great encouragement that these amazing two guest speakers that we have this evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. Really don't want them to miss this. So keep on inviting people to join. I know some people are joining via social media, but those of you actually joining via social media, let me tell you a secret. The best impact is when you're actually in the Zoom, because then you could just quickly pop in the questions that you may want to ask. You feel that you're closer to the people that are actually speaking. So please, if you're on social media, move from the social media, ask the person for the link and actually join in. So my next speaker, amazing speaker, I met her, actually I met her, the first time I met her was, where were we? It was a convention, I can't remember which one. And she actually saw me. She actually saw me at the station and I wasn't looking good. And I think she remembers now. And she comes, she goes, oh, Olivia, last week. Can we take a picture? And I was like, oh, okay. Right, let's just take a picture. I think we were going, oh, I can't remember, Harringay. I think it was Harringay, wasn't it? Yeah, so we met at the station. But after that, we actually had an amazing event this year in July. And we heard her speak and we heard her share her story. And we knew, myself and Constance knew that we had to get her on the 1,000 Life Changes this year. Why? Because her story is so powerful, but why people are out there that read this. So no other than the beautiful Rosie Hay. Please, Rosie, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Olivia. Yes, it was my first convention at Harrogate after the lockdown. Yes, I'm really excited. Thank you so much for tonight. You don't know what it means for me to be a part of this. This is Power Your Way to 2023. That's how I see it. Power your way to 2023. I don't know what your motivations are. I don't know what your expectations are. I don't know what you're looking forward in 2023. But tonight could be the night for you to start all over again. Because in less than 30 days, we've got 2022 behind us. And we're going to have a fresh start in 2023. So power your night into 2023. Thank you so much.
That. Just love that. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Wherever you are, power your night to 2023. And you're going to find out why. Now, my last special guest speaker. Now, first of all, I've got to really appreciate her. One, because she's actually in an event, but because of the passion of this business, the passion of her, because especially this special edition, she wanted to be here. So from an event to another event, an online event, I heard, now let me just tell you, I went to one of her and I heard part of her story. But what was even more intriguing for me was her occupation and how she's actually doing this business also. And this is for all the professionals that are out there, those people that work full time. You got to hear a story. You really do got to hear a story. If you're not in this Zoom, you are totally missing out. You really are. So no other than Erin Otoli. Please say hello to everyone. You're muted.
Hey guys, hi. I hope you can hear me okay. Welcome to the Ned in London, an amazing venue, but there's no way I was missing out on tonight. Absolutely no way. So yeah, my name is Erin. I have got 3 young children. I'm a TV producer, a senior TV producer with Sky News in London. I have worked in the media industry from the day I left university, and I have had my life changed by being part of the Produce Plus company. I'm so excited to share that with you guys, to show you how you can think beyond the norm, how you might, I would say the best opportunities maybe are things where things have gone wrong, and maybe things you've missed out on can lead you to the best places. I truly believe that. I believe everything happens, and I believe that you find yourself where you're meant to be, and that's where I found myself 5 years ago. It was something that came to me by chance, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys and hopefully inspire you to take that step, because there's a reason why you're on this call.
Exactly. I love that. There is a reason why I'm a true believer, because I'm a true believer that some say, well, you know what, whatever you're going to discuss about is not the right time. Well, I'm a true believer that the fact that you are here, either in this Zoom or you're watching this via social media, whether now or later on in the replay, was the right time for you to say yes. It is the right time, because if it wasn't the right time, you would never ever see this. So I believe, so just fasten your seatbelts and let's get down to business. Right, so I'm excited, Ernesto. I mean, we've been doing this for nearly 2 years. This is the end of the year, and I believe the month of December is a time of everybody around the globe have a time of reflection, but also a time of preparation for 2023. Now, we've had some knocks, we've had some, all sorts of things. We're now, I know some people are probably watching the World Cup right now, but for other people, there's more than life than just watching people play football. Oh, please don't. All the football fans might just attack me. But we have a great opportunity that could potentially change our lives. And maybe, you want to live the footballer's life. Hey, you know what? This opportunity may possibly give you that kind of life as well. But Ernesto, on a serious side, we're at the end of the year. And no other like the first, this is the best time to actually do this great opportunity call, because it is a time of reflection, also a time for people to set their goals and start working towards their 2023. From the company's perspective, because we know there's so many things that are happening right now that is actually really preparing us for 2023. Please, from the director and from the company's work, what would you want to say to anybody that is watching right now about December 2022 and moving into January 23?
Thank you very much for that question. I think make it a December to remember. I think that is so important. People get all these influences from other people. Oh, December, people are on vacation, and it's Christmas is 1 or 2 days. That's it, right? It's not that everybody is on vacation. Everybody's just like doing nothing. The second thing why December is such a great month, people are looking for presents. They are looking for presents. Now think about this. When you are sharing, somebody, how do you call it, greetings, like Christmas greetings, but also a birthday and the end of the year, Sylvester, stuff like that. You're always like, I wish you, what do you wish people? You wish them health. You wish them wealth. You wish them all these things. Actually, we have a solution to all these problems that are out there, right? So with the product that we have, we are sharing a gift of making healthy choices. And with the opportunity we have, we share a gift for people to make healthy choices towards their wallet, towards their business, right? I think it is a perfect time to do more. People have more time in December, right? Because they're shopping, they're open. I think it is a mindset that people think that December is a month where, you know, the business is slow, blah, blah, blah. I talk to people in Europe on a daily basis, and I have a few people that I just recently talked to and said, listen, December is going to be my strongest month. And think about this one last thing that I want to share with you. If you take the foot off the gas, now that you had a great November, but now it's December, you're going to start your motor, you start your engine again in January, that is a waste of energy, right? You need to start momentum again, you need to talk to people, you need to put on the engine again. So the best thing is to just take the momentum and do the things that you've been doing in November and in October, keep on doing in December, because you will have a big benefit to all the people that will say, hey, it's the 1st of January, so I'm going to start my business again. You will get customers, you will get partners in December, and you take them with you in January, and you start with people that you already have in December, so you actually have like a big leap in front of all the people that are start finding and start searching for people in January. You already have people with you from December in January. So I would say just December to remember, make it a December to remember. Like summer buddies are made in the winter, your 2023 is made in 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally 100% agree with that. It was the things I did last year that actually made me start enjoying the things of 2022. I'm going to move on to our two guest speakers, then I'm going to get Constance tea. But Rosie, first of all, tell us, who is Rosie? Do you have children? And what were you doing before you met this great opportunity?
So Rosie is a mom to 3 amazing children, social worker by profession, and yeah, that's what I do. Before this business, I had gone through a lot of business. I had gone bankrupt. It's not I was about to go bankrupt. I had gone bankrupt, working really hard as a teacher, working as a social worker. Life has been really, really tough. So it was just the time I was just coming out of bankruptcy. I've known the business about 2 years before, but I was interested. And then there's not going to be any good time. There's not going to be any good time to start anything. And I regret those 2 years that I heard about this opportunity and never took the time to call the person and get the explanation, because it's the best thing I can do around my children. I was thinking during the COVID, I had the opportunity to work from home, and I was thinking of doing 9 shifts. I mean, in other jobs. This is a professional worker saying she's so broke. I don't like to use the word, like to use positive words, but this is someone who is going through a lot of financial difficulties. No credit card to look back on, had nothing. If you go bankruptcy, you don't have the opportunity for any of those things. So I was thinking of doing extra shift to get myself back. But had I known that I could actually do this business alongside what I'm doing now or then, life would have probably been better, easier, you know, much more easier than probably what I experienced before. So this is Rosie. So if you're here and you're thinking, you know, life is crazy, sweet, I've had the worst, craziest moments of my life. But we know this business changes life when you put your mind, your soul, your body, and you work towards it. It does work, but you're going to have to be ready. Like Ernesto said, your mindset, you need to be ready. That's what I call it, because I needed a motivation tonight. And I think I'm here at the right time to motivate myself, as well as whoever is watching us. So this is it. We'll come back to what he's done for us.
We're going to come back, but I want to ask, because you know what, this is 2022 and this is December, and I'm going to be those people that are going to be the skeptics, okay? And I'm going to ask you some questions, all right? Because you know, sometimes when we see this great opportunity, you know, people say, "Go, yeah, but you don't know my situation." So, Rosie, I'm going to ask you on a serious note. You just told us that you're a social worker. You told us that you're a teacher. How on earth do you become bankrupt? I mean, there's professionals here. And the reason why I'm asking this is because the truth of the matter is people hiding. Because nobody is speaking out that people are going through these difficulties. Hello, you're a professional. How on earth did you get yourself into bankruptcy?
I know. I went bankrupt when I was working as a teacher. So I had 2 little children, and if you've heard my story before, I don't even know how they walked. I don't know how they crawled. I don't remember their first words because I was not there for them. I was working, waking up early, going to work, busy, doing my teaching, coming back to them. And I put 2 children in childcare. So the money I was paying for childcare was equivalent to my pay, actually. If you take that pay for 2 children, young children in childcare, you've got nothing left. So I found myself going back into rent arrears, going back into debt, you know, credit cards here and there. You take overdraft here. You can't keep up. Because one, you want to make sure your children are in a good place when you're working. I had a chance of leaving them with son. I was not happy with the care they were receiving. So as a professional, not to get myself in trouble with the service, we know it. You need to secure your children. So putting those children in an environment suitable for growth and their well-being, I was going back in rent arrears. And it came to a point, the bills were there. And you know how you receive this. Anyone who has been there, there are calls, there are letters, like you not think. You cannot think. Wow. So, yes, you can be emotional, but life comes with its challenges. If one source of income is all you rely on, like I was doing then it's tough.
Wow.
It's tough. So that's what happened to me. And I had to go, and I couldn't even, I was working, so there was no way I would get support to get solicit someone. So when I had my son Judah, at the time I was like, I can't. And I'm pregnant.
Right.
I was pregnant. The calls were coming, the letters were coming, getting stressed. And I had to go in front of a judge and say, she asked me, how did you, the same question, Olivia, how did you find yourself here? I'm checking your records and you've worked. So I told her the story about my 2 girls, and you know what they do? They put their thing on there. Today, I declare you bankrupt. I started crying.
Amazing.
So yeah, that was the story.
The reason why I asked that question, because you that are watching right now, on whatever platform that you are, and you're hiding. You're hiding because you're going through, you're professional. And that's the reality. But you can't make up meals. And that's because you want to put your, you know, you're going to work. You're going to work and you're putting your children in childcare. But with this opportunity, you can have the best of both worlds. And we're going to find out you can have the best of both worlds, where you can still be professional, you can still be there for your children. And Erin's going to tell us how. Costa's going to tell us how. And Rosie has now done it. And feel bad to have those things to provide for your children as well. And I know the sacrifices that we make, because I made that sacrifice for even a career and not being their children. So it's really important, if you're out there, you know anybody, you know, this company does really, really help you in more ways than you can ever think. let's go to you. I mean, before, I mean, hearing just a little bit about you and your story. You are a TV Sky producer. Why on earth? Someone would say, a senior TV Sky producer. People will say, you don't need this opportunity. Wow, that is a kind of like a high profile. There's a reason, guys. Look at the differences. Look at why. We want to get into your head, Sky TV producer. Why do you need this? Why did you decide to get this?
I'm going to say that when I first found this opportunity, maybe I didn't necessarily need it, I wanted it. Okay, so I think that on appearances, I think especially these days with social media, we can see things, we can assume things, everything seems perfect. So on paper, okay, maybe I had my stuff together, right? So I was obviously in the media industry. I'd fought very hard from university. I'd managed to move over from Australia where I was on TV. I was a reporter, come over, work in the biggest newsrooms in the UK, do international news, work on the royal weddings, all of that sort of stuff, right? So on paper, maybe that was my life. But if I'm really honest with you guys, I felt really lost, because every time I had a child, I would go back to the newsroom. I wouldn't be able to do the shifts that I was doing. So I had to move from being on the news at 10, the big exclusive program, right, working with big presenters, to working on news time, like the lunchtime news. Okay, my choice, always my choice, because I miss bedtimes, right? So then suddenly I was having to do early mornings. So I was getting a car picking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so the car would pick me up 4 o'clock in the morning. I go to the newsroom. I would work on the program, often with people that didn't know my skill set, because obviously they'd come in while I was on maternity leave. So I'd come back in, they didn't know my skill set, they would be patronizing, they were young men, they didn't have the same demands, as having a family as I did. So I was lowering myself, if I'm perfectly honest, I was lowering myself just to fit in, just to keep it easy, because at the end of the day, I knew I was on a good thing, right? I had to pay bills, and I didn't want to give up my life, for the news. I was then catching back from central London back home. I would arrive home in time to race to school, to pick up, take them to gymnastics class, and we've got a Volvo that's like a 7-seater, so you can put the back seats down. I would actually, no words of a lie here, I would actually go and crawl into the boot while the kids were at gymnastics and sleep. So I had half an hour to have a sleep while they were doing gymnastics, because then I would get them out of gymnastics. I'd have to go home. My husband was working up in the city. I would have to get them all ready for bed. I would have to do dinner time, just because I'd been up since 3:30 in the morning. It was all on me. So then I was doing all that, putting them to bed, and then if I was lucky, he'd make it home in time to come and say goodnight, but I've done all the brunt of it. Go downstairs, then try and do dinner. Obviously he's a very good person, so he would be trying as well. And then I'd look out at 9 o'clock at night, be exhausted, and think I've got to do this again tomorrow. So the reality wasn't matching up with what people think. And personally, I've always been someone to think, is work that worth it? Is it worth it? Are those people going to be there, right, when you need them? Are your bosses going to be at your deathbed, right? They're not. Your family are going to be. So I did not want to put my career ahead of my family, but I still had ambitions. I still had goals. I still felt so disheartened. And I kept saying to my bosses, I can do more. I can do more than this. I can do the menial tasks I started to get given because I wasn't able to be there 24/7. And it was through choice of mine. I chose not to be, on career, but I didn't feel it was my choice. I felt like it was out of my control.
Yes.
So for me, this gave me a chance to go, do you know what? I have got ambitions. I have got goals. I've got talents. I've got skills. Let's make it work for me. And that's why it was just life-changing, I guess. On paper, yes, maybe I didn't need it, but I really felt I needed it. I needed it, absolutely. I was starting to lose myself. I was losing my confidence. I don't know if anyone else has been, stay home mom or had children, and you start to doubt yourself. You start to think, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe there's a reason why they're not choosing me for this. Maybe it is me. And I was feeling that 100%. My confidence was going. I was, I guess, settling. I was settling because I just felt like there was no other option. And I'll tell you a story. So I was sitting on the bed and I was about to give birth to my third child. I found Juice Plus when my third child was 6 weeks old. So this was probably 12 weeks before I found Juice Plus. And I was sitting on the bed and my husband, he was getting ready to go off to somewhere in Europe, another work trip. It was every week at that point before COVID. And he said, oh, so what about you for next year? Approaching Christmas, that's right. And he said, what about you for next year? What are your goals? What are your ambitions? What do you want to do with your career? I started laughing. I was like, are you serious? I'm about to give birth to our third child. We've got a 2-year-old and we've got a 4-year-old. Like, I don't get a chance to have ambitions right now, mate. I was like, we've chosen not to have help. It's not going to happen. I can't turn around and go, actually, I want to be head of PR for Coca-Cola. Like, that's not going to happen. Because if I do that, I'm going to have to work 100-hour weeks again. I'm going to have to travel all the time. How are you going to travel if I'm traveling? How is this going to work? And he was like, that's so sad. Because he knew that I'd always been the most ambitious out of the pair of us. And he was like, I'll support you. I was like, it's not support. It's just not an option. I was like, people like me who choose to have children, we don't get to have dreams and goals and ambitions. And I was like, I've just had to park that. And maybe in 10 or 15 years' time, maybe then I'll be able to pick it back up again. And I was so sad. I was so sad. And he looked sad. 6 weeks later, by chance, I ran into someone, liked her. She added me on Facebook. I saw her stuff on social media. And I reached out and I said, what is it to do? Because you seem to be having more fun than I am right now. And the rest is history.
Wow. I just love this because these are two spectrums. I mean, Constance, I'm going to get you to jump in here because, Rosie, both in regards to being there for her children, but not being financially there because she's making the sacrifice of providing for her children. And by providing for her children, she ends up being bankrupt. And then Erin on the other side, that on paper, financially, possibly didn't like it, but felt she was losing her life because in the sense that she's had children, she wanted more, but how could she? She felt that she was giving up one for the other. Now, Constance, I mean, you've got children. I mean, and this goes for both men and women. You've got children. You've not only just, gave up and was doing this business, at one point. You even went back to study. So what would you say to those people that are out there? Because you've done a lot, you've achieved a lot by joining this amazing company. As a mother, now let's just talk about mothers, and this also goes to fathers as well. As a parent, maybe I should use that terminology. As a parent, how has this opportunity allowed you to achieve so many things that you have achieved?
Wow, thank you so much, Olivia. Thank you, Erin and Rosie. Wow. For me, when I joined this opportunity, before I joined this opportunity, I'm a woman that I wanted now, and I really wanted, growing up wasn't easy, wasn't rosy for me. I really wanted to show my kids that what I didn't have, when growing up, I really want my kids to have them. I really want to be there for my kids. I really want to support them to achieve more in life. I really want to be that role model for my kids, that no matter where you are coming from, no matter you are, where, even if you are inside, they put you inside a rock, you can be a new to just and produce something. That's what I have in mind for me to show my kids. So this opportunity, before I joined this opportunity, I wasn't this kind of woman. You know, I used to be so shy. I used to be I feel so low because I wasn't getting what I wanted, you know. Then when I found this, and I see that people here are ready to support you. The community is ready to support you to achieve what you want. I started going for training. I started growing personal growth, you know. This actually now give me that self-confidence to believe more in my husband, to believe more that I can do everything, that I can achieve those things I want to achieve, because I was so afraid. How am I going to do this? How am I going to achieve it? But with this journey gave me that confidence, gave me that solid confidence. I could remember my first time on stage or my first life. I'm comparing myself right now. There's been a lot of growth. If I look at myself way back, right? There's been a lot of growth. And this is one of the things that we benefit in this business. That this business can help you achieve. No matter where you come from, no matter where you are, you can do anything. That's self-belief. I don't know how I'm going to explain it, but that's self-belief. You believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, that if you can, even if your business is not moving, but there is hope. This business gave me that hope to be able to do those things that I set as a goal and I want to achieve. That even 2 years, you know, I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. When I was working in a company, when I stopped my job, this business gave me that confidence and hope to be able to dream on. You know, I remember going back to uni, you know, I'm just like, wow, confident, the boldness. Even when I do my presentation, I'm just like, wow, this is it. So, you know, there's something we learn here, not only business. You know, it is a lot of faith. There's a lot of benefit this business gives us as we grow on. As well, and also when you come in as well, looking at the impact we are making in people's life, even bringing people into the business. Look at stories we hear. Look at Rosie's story, look at Erin's story, look at Olivia's story, look at everybody's story. When you look at it, say, wow, you have actually put a smile on somebody's face. And for me, this is what I want to do. I want to be that person that can, you know, put a smile on someone's face. And this is where this business comes in. You know, that you can use it as a vehicle to bring people together, to build friendship, to unite, you know, to make people family, to put, you know, food on the table of people's family. Yeah, so this business, because you brought them into the business, their family is now enhancing our wealth, enhancing our health, you know, because of the impact, because of your YES, because of your yes. So what am I saying here is that anybody that is watching us right now, anybody that is listening to us right now, or maybe somebody have been renting a gift, this is opportunity. You can utilize it as your own people. You can utilize to achieve what you want to do. Like for me, you know, I wanted to be that woman that can bring women together. You know, let women have a voice. And today, we're actually having a voice, team of excellent women are coming out, having that confidence, having that boldness, supporting their families, helping other women, doing extraordinary. People are going to school, you know, supporting themselves and being that, you know, getting higher and higher every day.
Wow.
So 2023 is going to be amazing.
It is.
The best yet, honestly, I'm quite excited.
Amen.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Yeah.
I just love that, because you highlighted that it's more than just the money. It's more than, it is really about the mind and how people grow. And where you never thought that you could ever have confidence, this opportunity can allow you to get that confidence. Now I'm going to move swiftly, because I am conscious of not only time, but I'm conscious that, Erin, you are in an event, and I don't want to keep you longer than you need to. Move straight down to you in regards to you joined opportunity. We found out who you are. Has this opportunity changed your life? One, and then two, how would you encourage people that are out there, especially now that we're moving into 2023? What would be your words of encouragement to whether they are career women, whether they're not career women, what would be? So it's a twofold question here. How has it changed your life, this opportunity, and what would be your word of encouragement for those who are about to step into 2023?
So I find it really hard to sum up how it's changed my life, because there's so much that I could talk about here. Like, I could literally go on for hours, and every time I speak on a call, I think of different things and different ways that it's improved my life and why I'm so grateful for it. So I'm going to try and sum it up, because I literally would talk all night. But I would say that I was feeling I don't know if anyone else has ever felt this, where you know you can be more than what you are, and where you just feel like people don't get you, maybe, that maybe you just isn't shining bright enough, and you can't work out why, and it really frustrates you, and it can kind of make you a little bit bitter as well, because you feel frustrated and you're like, I know I've got more to give than this. Why isn't this working? What am I doing wrong? And I would say it's not you. It's maybe you found yourself in a path where that light isn't really being lectured. So divert, pivot. You know, no one says that you have to stay on that path. Be game enough, be trusting enough, be daring enough to go, there's a reason why this opportunity has found me. Just go for it. You know, none of us had expectations when we started, right? None of us knew that it was going to work out. I still have days where I doubt myself. You know, I still have days where I wonder if I'm enough. Is it going to happen for me? Okay, so all those feelings are completely warranted. And I know that if you're watching this, and especially if it's like the first time you're seeing this, you look at us and you go, oh my God, they're so confident. I could never do that. I could never speak. I could never do this and that. That's because we've been in the opportunity for a while. We've had people build us up again. We've learned to love ourselves again. So don't judge yourself against us, okay? Because we've all been there, where we've been the person too scared to put our camera on, where we're worried about people judging us, where we're worried that we're not good enough, okay? So for me, how it's changed everything, it's given me my spark back. If I was to not get paid from Juice Plus, and Ernesto, please don't make this happen, by the way, okay? This is still okay. Please don't do this. But if I was to never get Plus again, I would still do Juice Plus, okay? The fun, the friendship, the growth, the personal development, the being around people that get you, people that want to succeed, people that have got goals, people that have got a growth mindset, people that are like a little bit more right than the 9 to 5. So that I would do. That's worth it alone, okay? But then also the fact that you can be a little bit more financially independent. You know, I've always been a hard worker. I've worked even when I haven't had to work, okay? Because I do not want to be reliant on somebody else for my whole future. It's too scary. I just would not want that to happen. I want to know that if everything happened, after myself, I could look after my children. And also, why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't you? Okay? You are an intelligent, wonderful, passionate woman. Okay? Why shouldn't you share that? Why shouldn't you be the one shining your light? Why shouldn't you have goals? Okay? Just because maybe you're having children or you're a woman or whatever that is, why should you not have the chance to be anything you want to be? I feel very, very passionate about that. Yeah. So I will not be embarrassed by the fact that I get something out of this. And also, I've got 2 daughters and a son, right? And my 2 daughters, I want them to know that as a woman, we can do things that make us happy. And you do not have to feel guilty about that. So I will admit it. I get lots of joy from this business. I get lots of fun. I love the event. I love the community. I love going and traveling through it. So I'm not going to be embarrassed about that. I love it. I really love it. And I would encourage you, if you decide to get part of this community, throw yourself into it. Do not feel like you can't be part of this. You absolutely can. It doesn't matter where you've come from, your education, none of that matters. All that matters is your work ethic, really. I'm going to say your work ethic. You've got to put the work in. Nothing comes for free in life. And you've got to really dig deep. It's about the mindset, I would say. And that's been my biggest journey and the struggle, is that mindset. Just believing in yourself and going, do you know what? I'm going to do this for me. Don't just do it for the money. The money's fantastic. That's great. But please try and think of what else you can get from this. I think sometimes if it's just on material success, made ourselves, and we might put ourselves down, and we might say, oh, I haven't succeeded. I haven't achieved what I thought I was going to achieve. I haven't got the title. I haven't got the pay line, anything like that. That's the one part of it. That's such a small part of success. Success is the connections you have, the people you meet, the people whose lives change, the connections you have, the joy you feel, the confidence you have, that all is part of the success bubble. So I would say don't judge your success just on title, pay line, money. Don't do that. And then the second part of the question, remind me again.
I think you kind of answered it. What has the business done for you? And then what would you, I think you've kind of like put both of them together.
Yeah.
So...
Do you know what I would say? I would say is that I think that sometimes people, they fear of themselves, and their own lack of belief in themselves is what prevents them from giving this to go. And I would say really try not to let that happen, because in life the regrets you'll ever have is for things that you didn't try, and you don't want to look back and go, I wonder if I could have been good at that. I wonder if I could have given that a go. And you will see people that will give it a go and you won't have. And you'll see them grow in confidence, and suddenly they'll be out there doing things, and you will look back and go, she could do it, maybe I could have. And that's a real shame. That's a real shame. Don't have regret. Go for it. You've got amazing people to support you. I mean, look at you guys. Like, you're an amazing community. So, people will lift you up until you believe in yourself.
Amazing. I love that. People will lift you up until you believe in yourself. This is why you want to be part of this amazing community. Moving just so quickly to Rosie now. Rosie, I'm going to ask you the same question, okay? First, what has opportunity done for you? Because people need to hear. People need to hear how it's changed your life, because they may be in the same situation as you. And then also, what is you've already given us that powerful thing, your first statement when you introduce yourself. But what would you say to those people, the next step to 2023, why they need to take this opportunity and why now?
What has this business done to me? I think from what I've learned on this business, it's not taught in school. The integrity, the passion, the believe in yourself, not taught in school. I've got undergraduate and I've got master's degree, and I never learned any of that in school. I've only learned how to become a better friend from Juice Plus. I used to follow a lot of friendship groups, a lot. But here is a community where we're not bitching against each other. We are encouraging each other. We are each other's cheerleader. You say you can't do it. The other person said, no, you can do it. I've always wanted to be a speaker. I've always went in front of people. But where would I have had that opportunity if it wasn't for Juice Plus? So we need to start from somewhere. You need to start from somewhere. I was skeptical. I was afraid. I've never been a shy person. I've always been a bold speaker. a confident speaker, but I think I'm doing it at the wrong places and at the wrong times. That's why probably I was falling out of friendship groups, and you know, you feel, and they say if you're the top in your friendship group, maybe it's time to step down, step out, leave that friendship group and go somewhere else and find new group. This business has taught me how to associate with people, how to love on people, how to encourage people, how to help each other grow, develop. The community, the self-belief is amazing. Erin said, if she's not going to get paid for Splash, she'll still do it. Honestly, when I'm happy, I do Juice Plus. When I'm sad, I do Juice Plus. So it goes a long way to tell you that there's something about this community you wouldn't want to miss. Everyone checks on each other. Like, who am I? I'm just sitting in my little corner to be invited to occasions. Like, people see you and they believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. That is the community we are. So I've never sold a pencil to anybody, but this business model is such that anybody can do it. It's a no-brainer. It's repetition. If you love repetition like myself, because I can repeat myself several times, then this business is for you. You do, you start again, you do it, you start again. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, and you've got community to support you. You cannot be down if you're doing this business. Like sometimes I'm doing my live video and I still look back all the time and I'm like, right, I was never shy. But when I look back 2020, when I first went on live, my face was like that. And this somebody who said she's so confident, she believes in herself. Wow. Now when I do my live video, I have people coming on, they are commenting. It's amazing. Today, my daughter said, Mommy, is it because of Juice Plus that you support our dreams? And that is really striking because I think they've seen from everything we do and I've taken them to events that it's not just about school. You know, you have to have life, you have to have fun. And so for a child to say, Mommy, is it because of Juice Plus that you believing in our dreams and you supporting our dreams? They must have, and when we're doing our live Zoom, they're just all around. They hear the motivation, they hear the inspiration. It's just amazing. The other side, finances. I never was able to take my children on a holiday. I've never flown before this. If you've gone bankrupt, if you're gonna fly, you're gonna believe it. Like, there's no money to do anything. Financial benefit is amazing. The other day, I remember I think 179 pounds. I'm sorry, I'm not making a financial claim, but I need to say this. And do you know what? It was all I needed that month. It was all I needed that month. So it's not about earning the thousands, but there are some times if you've been in a financial difficult before and you know you're looking forward to 20 pounds from somewhere else, not going somebody to borrow that money, you know, it just brings a joy. And you know it's coming from your hard work. You know you're putting in the effort. It gives you that joy that if I work hard, I go earn more. If I work hard, if I push in. So this business helped take my children to 2 amazing holidays. And I think that's all I needed. That was just the joy. And we still talk about it. And it's just, anytime they look at photos, it brings them the joy. Like, okay, Mommy can do something and we can get something out of it. Like, I was broke. I was really, really depressed with money. If you look at my photos, I'm always like, you know, I'm always happy with my photos. You never see me sad. But things God be seen. So you may be here. Don't doubt yourself. Wherever stage you are, we've got an opportunity that can change your life. 2023 is coming, and this is the time. This is the time. We've got an offer going on. This is the time to join an amazing community, to start something on the side. Maybe not for you. Maybe you're not doing it for you. Maybe it's for another person. This doesn't help us to connect with different people.
Yeah.
It helps us connect with the community. So you don't know whom you're going to inspire. You don't know whose life you're going to change with the opportunity you're going to give them. So not just but for Christmas gifts. If you're looking to help someone, maybe help someone with a business opportunity. Help them to come in. Encourage them to do what you're doing. We all know how it worked until we got into it and we learned. That's the opportunity to learn. Everything is set out for you. You got your own office. It's easy. You're working around your children, your family, your home. This Christmas season, people are going to be at home. What are you using your extra time for? When I started with just my lunch breaks, every 15 minutes, 30 minutes here and there.
Yeah.
You don't need the whole day. So just look within you. Look within you. There will be some space in your life where you can adjust and have this as a side hustle and start something. So, Erin, I'm with you.
Yeah.
If I don't get paid for it, all these things I've talked about, the community of women that are loving on me and I've joined to it. Yeah. And I won't stop it. Even if I'm not earning anything, I would just go on because it's just incredible. We can all go on and on and on and on and on. You've got a company that supports your dreams. Yeah. Support your dreams. Just imagine. They support your ambition, your aspiration. There's so many events, incentive to support what you want to do. There's no better time, guys. There's no better time. Please join us. Let's do it together.
I'm just loving it, and I'm conscious of time, and we're going to round up, babe. But however, I want to highlight a couple of things, the things that Erin said, but also what Rosie said. And Ernest, I want you to highlight on this, because I always say this: Juice Plus is a university of life. It is the university of life. And Rosie said something, and if you're looking out there and you're thinking that you cannot do it, this is, you get more what you even put in this company. You learn more. That self-confidence. These two ladies have said, even if the company pay them, you cannot, Rosie said, you cannot learn this at school. They don't prepare you for this. They really do not prepare you. And I remember, being, having degrees. They don't prepare, going through school, they do not prepare you. So even for that alone, for you to become a better person out there, then definitely, this is definitely the company. And 2023 is your year. Now I'm going to leave Ernesto in some mindset and stuff. What do you want to say? And then I'm going to tell you a very fantastic announcement and help you in your 2023. Ernesto.
I mean, so inspiring listening to those stories. It is the 1,000 Life Changers film that is always so inspiring for me to listen to Rosie, and it gives me, honestly, it gives me I'm so proud working for this company for 29 years, because these are two messages you hear. I know hundreds and thousands of these kind of messages where Juice Plus actually made a big difference, money-wise, health-wise. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to do. It's sharing the gift of love, actually. It's making the world a little bit better by sharing Juice Plus to other people. I'm a big believer in, and I know when you hear Erin and Rosie saying, you know what, even if I don't get paid, I'll do this, and I get it. I won't stop your checks. Don't worry. But the thing is, for me, that sounds like we're on a mission. And if you're on a mission, inspiring healthy living around the world, fueled by the vision of the company, which is to help other people realize their dreams, you're unstoppable. You don't care if there's how much money is coming in, but you cannot stop sharing the mission. You need to do this. And while you're actually learning, you're earning. While you're learning, you help other people. It's all there. Of course, I have to say, you need to put in the effort. It's input before output. output. It's not a get quick scheme. It's not like, oh, I just joined and then I find some people and I don't have to do anything. No, it's hard work, but very rewarding. And maybe to the mindset, start as a marathon runner, meaning that this is a long-term business. To be successful in 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, having your children in your business as an NMD, that is how you should start with this. Start as with a short sprint, but start with this business is for you to stay and to build a big network throughout the world.
Wow, amazing. Just quickly, Constance, what do you want to say to those people? 23 is just around the corner. What would be your word of encouragement?
Oh my God, 2023, just grab the opportunity. You've had everybody that spoke here, all the speakers, you've had it. Just take the opportunity. You never know. You never know. You might not need it now. Your circumstances might change, and this might be that source that can help you, support you financially, help, and also help you to reach out to people that you feel that you would never, meet up their needs before you join the business. Honestly, this business is amazing. Supportive community, supportive company that have actually designed the business to match your circumstances. Even if you're a busy mom, you're a busy person, this business is for everyone. So therefore, let's do this. Remember, a wise man, a wise woman leave their securities for their children. Which securities are you going to give for your children? It's a risk your income can build in a non-sustainable time. So therefore, join us. Let's inspire healthy living around the world. Thank you so much.
I just love this. And guys, you're watching, wherever platform that you're watching, well, I just want to make a big announcement. This is what I love about this company, and they support you. They support you not only, as you've heard, they support you in regards to whatever your dreams, your visions, your goals are. This company supports you. It supports you by you joining this opportunity for you to start earning an income, another stream of income. Then you can possibly start using that to do other things. This opportunity also supports you in regards to your health, how you can take amazing products to support you on your journey to living a healthier lifestyle. Now, guys, we have a great opportunity. Now, I told you that this company supports you. If you live in the UK or the islands, they are giving you up until, I think it's the 20th of December, you can join this amazing opportunity for half price. So for those that are in the UK, you could join this great opportunity. You've heard the amazing stories, and there's so many, thousands of stories, thousands around the Plus company. You can get this opportunity that you cannot get from school, the things for half price. In the UK, it is £25 instead of £50. And in Ireland and some other countries, find out what incentives they do. It is half price. Ireland and UK, half price. Can you imagine? It's Christmas, end of year. Why don't you, like Rosie said, you cannot learn this from school. So if you've got a young person that is 18 or above, why don't you use that as a Christmas gift for them to learn that university of life? They may be in university, they may be studying already, but there are some things that they cannot learn in their university. I've been through university, I've been through the school, Constance has been, Rosie's been, Erin has been, and so many others. We can testify the stuff that we've learned in this company, we do not learn it in higher education, lower education. So if you want to get a Christmas gift for somebody, something that can actually change their lives financially, but also give them that thing that they can now grow better as a person, then why don't you buy them half price? So you're not even paying full price if you're in UK, half price. That is a fantastic opportunity, an opportunity, a gift that would change forever. And that would be better than buying them an iPhone or Samsung, or let me not get into trouble with the technology. That would be better because they would learn. So guys, a fantastic opportunity. This is the last one for 2023. 2022, but we want you to make that difference. Start your 2023 here now in 2022. Thank you for those of you that have continually joined us, been watching us, but now is the time for you not to sit on the fence, but to take that action and start your 2023 with something rewarding for not only you, but for your family and for your community as well. I just want a big thank you. I know that Erin had to go, but really, really appreciate you for from an event into another event. You're such an amazing lady. Rosie, your story just touches some people, and especially the fact there are so many people that are hiding, that are feeling embarrassed. But one thing that we are proud of, we tell our stories because we know how to change our lives, and it can change your life as well. Constance, thank you over the last 2 years of being there, you know, from embryo stages. Thank you so much for the support that you have given me to be the host of this, and our very own Ernesto. We just want to say, on behalf of all the partners of Juice Plus, Ernesto, want to say a big thank you to you. Your support, your dedication to us in the business, you strive, you are like the heart of Juice Plus. You are the heart in the physical sense. We know that Juice Plus, we know that Jay Martin loves us. We know because he wouldn't have set up the opportunity for all of us. But sometimes Jay Martin is very far from us. But you are the walking heart of the Juice Plus body. You are there. Physically, emotionally, you have been there for us, and we want to appreciate you. So for those of you that are here that are Juice Plus partners, please show your appreciation to Ernesto. He has been there, and we know that he's just a heartbeat away. He is just there for us, and we really, really appreciate you. Thank you for the support of this 1,000 Life Changers, nearly 2 years, and we're bigger and better, telling you more stories, but we want to hear your story. If you're sitting, you have not joined the Juice Plus company, we want to hear your story, how Juice Plus changed your life. And in 2023, we want to hear it, and we want to hear it on this stage, 1,000 Life Changers. We want to hear that it was because you heard these stories and 1,000 Life Changers that you decided to take that step to change your life in 2020, and this is your story in 2023. It can happen. It will happen. And before I leave, I want to say Merry Christmas to you all. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, and for those of you that don't, happy festive season, but more importantly, have a happy, juicy new year. We will see you in 2023, bigger and better, but more importantly, it will be your story that will be on the stage and changing 1,000 lives. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you that are born in December, because it's Constance's birthday in a couple of days, happy, happy, happy birthday. Rosie, can you just sing, because you're a singer, before we go? Rosie, take it away, sing happy birthday to Constance.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Constance. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
Constance. That's one thing that Rosie did. One thing that Rosie did tell you. Rosie's a singer as well. That's why I put her on the spot. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. More importantly, those of you that are here for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. Please say yes. Go back to the person that has actually invited you and say yes, because you deserve it. You heard Erin say it. You deserve this, and Jesus is here to support you all the way. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those of you, our partners, thank you so much for continually building that community of love. Let's go out there and change more lives. It's around this festive season. Thank you so much. Love you guys, and see you 2023. Take care.
Love you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Wow.
You can unmute yourself to say bye.